Hello, everybody. This is Rebecca Armstrong, creator of WhoArted.com. Today, I'm going to be showing you how to use the calendar templates for digital scrapbooking. So once your Photoshop templates have downloaded from WhoArted.com, the first thing you're going to do is open up Photoshop. You can see on the screen, this is the version that I currently have. I'm using the one from the Creative Cloud. I'm going to go ahead and these are the templates. This is the folder I downloaded them in. The first thing I'm going to do is just open up the folder and select the month that I would like to work on. So for fun, I'm just going to go ahead and pick March. I'm going to drag it into Photoshop so it will open. And there it is. That's the blank file. The first thing I like to point out to everyone is if you would like to change the color of the wording up top, all you need to do is go over to the Layers palette. Now, if for some reason the Layers palette has not opened in your version, it's very simple to get it. The first thing you need to do is go to Window and just go on down and make sure that the Layers is checked. So if I uncheck it, you'll see that it disappears. If I would like it again, I'm just going to go back and click on Layers. So to go back to changing the color of the wording here, the first thing you're going to do is double click on this box right here. All of these colors come up. So if you would like a different shade, just use these scroll buttons here to go up and down and find the correct color that you'd like. So for fun, I'm going to go ahead and just pick a darker blue. Once you find the shade that you like, go ahead and click OK, and you'll see that the name of the month has then been changed to whatever color you like. So the next thing I'm going to want to do, the question I get asked the most, is how do I add custom text to this file? All you need to do is go over to the left-hand side over here, and you're going to find the text toolbox. So it's right down here. Just click on the text tool. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. You can do this by pressing Control and the plus key. So once I'm zoomed in a little, let's say I want to add, Mom's birthday on the 5th of March. I'm just going to use this text tool to click on the 5th of March, and I'm going to start typing. So I'm just going to type Mom's birthday. As you can probably tell, this is huge type for now. So what I'm going to do is select all of that type. I'm going to center it by clicking the center button up top. Then I'm going to go over and pick a different font. Some of my favorite fonts are the Fonts for Peas family, and I have a link to that on my website and in the tutorial link. So I'm going to click P Bandit. That's my favorite. There we go, a basic handwriting font. I'm also going to change the size by clicking over here in the size box. And then once you have the type the way that you like it, or the size, the font, all of that good stuff, you're going to want to click this check mark up here, and that will set your text. Now, realistically, if you want it to look like an authentic calendar, you might want to rotate the text. None of us really write straight when we do these sorts of things. To do that, just click on the text so you can see all the guidelines. Then down below, you want to just move your cursor from this center button down, and you'll see how the cursor has like a U shape with some arrows. Then you're going to click once, and you can start to rotate it. So for me, that looks good. That looks a little more realistic. I'm just going to, once again, hit this check mark up in the corner. And there it is, my text is set. So if you want to move it around, you can. I'm just going to move it up here in the corner. That's basically the gist of adding text, changing the colors. You can add more, simply just select the text tool. Let's say I'm going to add something on the 18th. I'm just going to say, March, we'll say Happy St. Patrick's Day. Again, I'm going to set the text, and then I'm just going to move it over here to the 17th. Maybe twist it a little bit, rotate it, and there you go. So when I zoom out, you'll see that I'm able to record whatever I need to on these days. Now to save this file and get it ready to import it into your digital scrapbook, you're going to want to go up and go to File, Save As. Now I don't necessarily want to save it as the template because I might want to use this template at a later date and I want it to still be blank. So I'm just going to open up or create a new folder, and I'm just going to call it Baby Book. Then I'm going to go ahead and double click into that folder and save my template in there. That way I still have the original blank file, and this file will also save. Now, it's very important, and I want to stress this as much as I possibly can. You want to save two files when you do these digital scrapbooking files. So the first time I saved it, you'll notice that down here it says I saved it as a Photoshop template. That's perfect. That's exactly what you want to do. That allows you to come back in if you want to make any changes, and you can change all of these layers. So if you want to delete St. Patrick's Day, you can do so. If you want to add more text, you can do so. Once you are completely done with your file, you're going to want to save it as a JPEG. That way you can import it into Shutterfly or Mixbook and have it printed into a book. So let's say I'm completely done with this template. What I'm going to do is go up to the layer button, and I'm going to scroll down and click Flatten Image. You'll notice over here in the Layers palette, all of my layers have disappeared. What that means is this is now a flattened file that will take up less space and can be just imported right into Shutterfly or Mixbook. So I'm going to go ahead and click on File, Save As, and this time I'm going to change it from a Photoshop file to a JPEG. So I'm just going to scroll down and select JPEG, and I'm going to save it one more time. Once you have flattened a file and saved it as a JPEG, you cannot go back and alter it in any way. This is all that will open up. If you want to add more text, you can, but you can't go in and change the color or change any text that you already have. That's why I like to stress how you need to save a Photoshop file and a JPEG file. So now if I want to make a change, I'll just open up the Photoshop file again to make the changes that I like. So I did play around with this last night, and I just created a full March calendar to show you what that looks like. So I'm going to go ahead and open it up. So here you go. This was for my daughter's scrapbook. You can see I added some doodles. I changed the text. It just has a nice little look for it, and I hope that I was able to capture everything that happened in March for our family. So that is the basics of how to use these calendar templates. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me. It's becca.armstrong@who-arted.com. Thank you so much for watching, and happy arting!